Chinese are getting into cars. But even as car retailers employ an increasing amount of glitz to attract big city dwellers to their latest floor models, it is here, in this small garage in the rural city of Jining in Shandong province, that the seeds for a radical shift in the automobile landscape are being planted. Here, auto mechanic Chang Wei decided to conduct a small experiment for fun.
I wanted to build an electric car for myself to drive. I bought all the parts on the open market and assembled it. But as soon as I finished the car, I was approached by someone who wanted to buy it off of me. Since then, I started my own business. We've got about 20 workers, and we've sold over 400 cars to people all over China.
The compact electric car that Chang Wei builds emits zero greenhouse gases and, costing as little as $2,000 to $3,000 depending on the model, is affordable for many Chinese families.
The larger cars on the market go fast, but they're far too expensive for most people in China. Smaller models like this are affordable for most people. The vehicle is meant for driving within the city. It can't go long distances. It can travel about 120 kilometers on one charge and has a maximum speed of 55 kilometers an hour. It takes about 6 to 8 hours to charge in an ordinary household outlet. Most of my customers are workers who use it to commute to work and senior citizens. The local Shandong government has been supportive and gave me $14,662 in subsidies.
These cars have become so popular they even have a nickname, Shanzhai, which means knockoff brand. They can be seen on the streets in small cities across China. In Jinan City in Shandong, many illegal taxi services use Shanzhai electric cars to save on gas money. And advertisements for sales and repair of Shanzhai electric cars are everywhere on sidewalks and the internet. Xu Shoukang, the man in the white shirt selling Shanzhai electric cars, is the general manager of Cestar. The company has been researching and producing Shanzhai electric cars in Liaocheng City, where the vehicles have become so common that the city now issues electric car licenses. But Liaocheng City may be a step ahead of the rest of China. Xu says he won't move forward with plans to build a much larger assembly line plant to produce more Shanzhais at a faster rate because he's waiting for a policy announcement from China's central government on Shanzhai electric vehicles. Now, the cars occupy a legal gray area. They're not considered cars or motorcycles. Most Shanzhai electric car owners in China currently drive them without licenses.
Government officials are debating proposals on how to classify this vehicle, in addition to where licenses, if issued, will be valid. Right now, we're not permitted to drive within very large cities, but commuting within small cities and counties is okay. Police generally don't regulate and won't stop you in certain provinces. Last year we made around 700 cars, but because future policy is up in the air, we only produce what's ordered. People are already beginning to accept this electric vehicle, as the most important thing here is cost and practicality.
The debate over the status of Shanzhai cars and where they can travel has bigger implications. Many Shanzhai manufacturers are looking to export their cars beyond Chinese borders. According to Chinese law, however, only car companies on a government-approved list can easily export large numbers of cars or even legally sell them within China. That's created complications. The market for Shanzhai electric cars is so large that there's a growing litany of companies who want to get on the government-approved list. Many of these companies weren't originally electric car manufacturers, but are now looking for a piece of the market. If all goes well for these car makers, China's roads will soon change from being dominated by large cars to vehicles like this. From Liaocheng City in Shandong Province, this is Jimmy Wang for Time.com.